Hello, and again, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. I think you have earned a break from the official testing courses. Please continue into the next test chamber.
Hello everybody, ALLOS here, also in Sketching Creations, and today we're back in Half-Life 2 / Gary's Mod, but actually Gary's Mod this time. Today, we're in a new map that I just finished, and I'm showcasing for y'all. This right here is Big Bang Blasters. This is a recreation of a minigame from the Wii U game Wii Party U. To my understanding, it was the best rated minigame in that game, and well, in spirit of the late Wii U and the 3DS as well, RIP, I decided to remake this most popular minigame in Source. So here we are in Gary's Mod, the game with a Half-Life 2 base, and we're here in an Aperture Science test chamber, where, as you heard there, GLaDOS introduced us into this map. So why don't we start going over the map right here. So, I tried to remake this minigame as faithfully as possible. Some liberties had to be made, but well, it is what it is. And here is this nice little spawn room that you start in. Here are these droppers that you drop out of, just like in the co-op maps of World 2. There's even a little bit of fall damage prevention right here in these little floor hatches. So there's a little spawn room. If you're playing with friends, you can wait for them here. This map supports up to 4 human players. So even though there's 4 droppers, technically you could only drop out the same dropper, because it's just random chance with the spawn points. Anyway, so here you can wait for your friend to spawn. Once you have your appropriate amount of friends that you want, then you may begin. So, you may notice what GLaDOS said to go into the test chamber. The actual chamber door did not open, but rather these panels here into the back rooms. Well, this is just a setup phase, so you can just come back through here. Observation area. See the Ratman's arrows on the walls. Yeah, go this way to activate the test. Come on this way. There's a nice blue door, and pull the lever. You heard a noise right there. You might wonder what the noise was. Can't see it from here, but we have to leave the room to see it. So don't mind if there's a little bit of lag. It's probably his computer just being computer. Anyways, here we are. We have this fancy little menu here to set up your game. Big Bang Blasters, a minigame ported from Wii Party U for Wii U. Knock down blocks to earn points. Get the most points by the end to win. This fancy little projected menu here. Hit start button. And this menu took a lot of setup to make it work. And here you select players, 1 to 4 human players. No matter what, this is a 4-player game. So if there is less than 4 humans, there will always be a CPU character involved. I am just one person, so it's like 1 player. And then press the confirmation button over here. Now, a little note, there's a little bug in this menu where sometimes after selecting the option in the menu, you go to click the confirmation button, sometimes it gets stuck, and I don't know why. If it does get stuck, though, you can go into your utilities menu in the spawn menu and click clean up everything under the admin option, so you can fix that right there and reset the map. So I'm 1 player, so select that. So I recommend you get real close up to the button when you press it, because sometimes it selects the closest menu option from here, and it's a bit annoying. It's just like Source being Source, like button proximity. Just get real close when you press it. Now you select how many rounds, and you may notice this goes up to 100. Now, if I remember right, the original, there are 2 versions of Big Bang Blasters in Wii Party U. There's the regular version you would play normally in any other game modes. I think it only has 5 rounds, and there's a free play version you can access through the menus, which has 10 rounds. But for the most opportunity, I put up to 100 rounds. And believe me, it was a little bit annoying to make sure that worked. It might not work, might be still bugs I've missed. Well, it's part of the process. So I'm going to select 10 rounds, the box standard, and confirm. Now preparing your game. Now, if you are playing with multiple humans, it's at this point in time you decide the player order in between the human players, like who is player 1 and who is player 2. As many tricks I have up my sleeve, I don't know how to check any of that, so you have to keep track of the player order yourself. I have no idea how to do it, no idea how to do that automatically. So keep in mind which player is in which position. So now we enter the test chamber. Got these doors here. Welcome to the test chamber. As the music kicks in, and the blocks come onto the stage. Here's the score counters right here, seeing how many points each player has. Very nice. You got the test chamber right here. There's a speaker that the music is playing from. And it is actually proximity based. If you move away from the speaker, the music will get quieter. It is proximity based. Anyways. So and here we have, when it's the player's turn, you need to stand inside of the square right here. Inside this white square. Stand square in front of this button and press it. As you can see, I am now cordoned into this little square. This is where you stand during your turn. And as you see in front of me, here is the sack of cubes, boxes that we need to blast down. Here's a little fancy thing that shows which turn it is. There's a round counter in the background. Now you saw there, these lights blinked green after a bit of this platform being up. When the platform goes up, you have to wait a second for it to set up for your turn. When the green lights blink, that means you're good to shoot. If you try to shoot earlier, it will deny your shot. Anyways, so here now we got the goal of this minigame is to knock down a lot of blocks into that pit there using a weapon. The thing is though, you're only allowed one shot per turn, so you gotta make your shot count. Now this minigame supports 3 of the default Half-Life 2 weapons. It supports the Magnum, the shotgun, and the crossbow. And as a sign of goodwill, if you ever run out of ammo for any of these, I'll provide more for you. You press this button right here. It will give you more revolver ammo. Technically also supports the crowbar, so you can break the ammo crate. Press this button. Get your shotgun ammo. And you press this button. It gives you crossbow ammo. So you always have all the ammo you require for this map. You might wonder what this 4th button is for. Well, basically, see right now from our perspective, the score counter is upside down. If you want to check it without turning your head, press this. It turns around the scores so you can read them from up here, just in case you're pondering about how to play. So now that we have our ammo, now we take our shot. You gotta aim wisely and try to knock down the most blocks at once. Try to manipulate the Swords of Havoc engine to your will. Also, that's not a hint or anything, it's just a lighting error. I don't know why the lighting is so janky in the cubes. I'll shoot it anyways though. Only one block. There's then a couple seconds grace where I calculate your points. After that, it's the AI's turn. You have 7 opponents that you will go against in this game. In player 2 slot are the generic citizens, both male and female citizens in the boiler suits. That's player 2, it'll be the male ones as well. Player 3 is this fella, Haas Tila, which you may know from my Sneak Thief map. He's returned here to play a game with us. Your warning, he's a dab hand with a shotgun. So Haas here is player 3. And player 4 is Father Grigori, the father of the shotgun himself. Now everyone will take their turns shooting at the stack. And when player 4 takes their shot, that's when the round counts over.
You do well to be vigilant.
One round consists of all 4 players taking a shot at the stack. And once the 10 rounds are over, or 50 or 100, wherever you picked, then the game will be over. That's how it works. You just try to do your best knocking down all the blocks. Also, as you can see, like the NPCs don't really do the best at this minigame. Like, there's only so much I can do in that regard. Like, the AI is not that great at this minigame half the time. They can be good, but just it's kind of random. This game is probably best played with more than one human player. Anyways, though. Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, that's a nice score right there.
You feel it? I feel it.
I got 10. That's pretty good. That's player 2's turn again. This is how the game goes for all the allotted rounds. Also, there are some bugs I should warn you of. Apart from the menu thing back there. Do not kill the CPU. Do not kill them. If you kill them, it will break the game. Because there is no precedent in place for if you suddenly remove the AI from existence. So don't do that. Only jerks do that. Also, sometimes the AI may get stuck while entering the playing field. If that happens, a button will appear right here that you can press, and then the AI will be teleported onto the platform. It's only for when they're entering.
You do well to be vigilant.
It's only for when the AI gets stuck entering the chamber. If the AI takes long enough to enter, you'll see a big old buffering symbol appear right here, in the middle of the screen playing field. If that happens, press the button that appears, and it will teleport into position. Also, another bug. You may notice the button flip back over again after you've pressed it. Just leave it be unless they don't teleport. I haven't been able to test that most accurately because it only happens in actual multiplayer situations, which I can't simulate on my own. Anyways, though, it's a fun little mini game. Good little stress reliever. Now, while I did say this minigame only supports the stock Half-Life 2 weapons, the revolver, the shotgun, and the crossbow, you are allowed to use other weapons. The only stipulus is that it has to be a weapon that has blasting force in a single shot, like the Half-Life 2, these weapons, like the revolver. You see that how it punched to it. Only weapons that can knock back pops like that are allowed.
Okay, I'm ready.
So while this map only by default supports the stock Half-Life 2 weapons, it also supports any other weapons with a similar kind of firepower, so keep that in mind if you want to have fun. Now, when playing with other friends, you don't always have to use all the same weapon. You can vary it up. Make up the rules as you go. Just make the fun yourself. You decide the rules for what weapons get used and how and when. Maybe you can all use different weapons. Maybe all the same weapon. Maybe you just cycle weapons in between shots. Who knows? You can make up those rules, as far as I'm concerned. Other than that, just have fun. You gotta be mindful of the AI. Don't get in their way. Don't stand on the platform when they're coming in for their turn. Anyways, though, then comes the end of the game, which I will cut to right now. After here, I get to showcase the button. So he's getting stuck. That shows up, and then there's this. Press that, and I teleport into position. Yeah, the button may flip again. Ignore whatever it does. It's alright. That show the case that. Now I'll see you at the end of the minigame. Oh, and another thing to know about this minigame is that in the original Big Bang Blasters, the board originally cleared when there were 3 or less blocks left on the board, but I couldn't do that without breaking all of the logic involved here. So you may have a case where there are just like very few blocks in the field that the AI can hit at all. I did what I could there without making it absolutely broken towards the players, so you know, if it gets stuck in a loop of the AI not being able to shoot the blocks at all, you should take a shot with your pistol, because it will still count for the turn passing. Anyways. Also, another bug to report you may encounter is that sometimes, because like the turn is supposed to transition after a single shot has been made at the blocks, but sometimes the AI gets a second shot in, and that breaks the counter. I couldn't do anything about that either. So it's a chance that your game may not end correctly. Well, bugs be bugs. It's not exactly what the Source engine was built for, so be wary of that. So the game might end in player 3 or 2's turn instead of player 4's. It's supposed to end in player 4's turn. Anyways, see our nice scores right here. Player 2 is doing the best, the Citizens. Now comes the last shot. Come on, father. Make the shot. Oh, so close.
Congratulations. The test is now over. Please decide who won the most points. You will be entirely on your own. Goodbye.
Will do, Gladys. Anyways, yes, as she said there, you have to track the player who won the most points yourself at the end. Because, again, I don't have an actual way to track that other than what you see here. It's the only way you can track the score. So, in amongst yourselves, decide who won the game. And there, you can have your own little celebration. Because I couldn't definitively decide who won the game, there's also no celebration sequence. So you just celebrate yourself. That's pretty much it. Because after you're done, all players must exit the chamber. The doors close up. And either you can quit here, or you can pull the lever again. The lever puts itself back up, and you can go in there, pull the lever again to start a new game if you want. You play the game as many times as you want, although I've only tested like 2 or 3 games in a row. It may break later on, I have no idea. If you see any bugs, feel free to report them to me, and whether or not I can fix them, we'll see. Anyways, I always create this fun little minigame that you can all enjoy. Maybe it'll help the time pass faster, especially if you have friends with you who still play Gmod. Anyways though, that's what I did for this one. I hope you have fun playing. So until the next video of this series, my name is ALLOS, also Sketching Creations, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.